Never had he seen a criminal so brazen. When the police came to arrest him, he didn't panic at all. Instead, he stripped naked and raised his hands. He did this just to avoid getting hurt during the arrest, but being caught was only the start of his plan. Next, he intended to challenge the entire judicial system. 10 years ago, Clyde had a happy family, but one day, two intruders suddenly broke into his home. They beat him unconscious with sticks, then they tied him up with zip ties. Originally, the intruders only intended to rob the house, but when one of them saw Clyde's wife and found her attractive, his plan changed. He first assaulted Clyde's wife, then in front of Clyde, he brutally killed her. At that moment, Clyde felt nothing but despair and pain. His happy family was completely destroyed. He put his hope in the law, wanting to use it to punish the two men. But the law did not give him justice. The criminal, Clarence, was only sentenced to 3 years in prison. At that time in America, the law was often used by some judicial officials as a tool to make money. So-called democracy and freedom favored those who knew how to exploit legal loopholes. The prosecutor handling the case, Nick, was very ambitious. His win rate was an astonishing 95%. He could have sent both criminals to death row, but to keep his win rate high, he agreed to a plea deal with the defense lawyer. He told Clyde Clarence agreed to become a key witness and testify against his accomplice. Based on the evidence, the accomplice would get the death penalty. Clarence, however, would only be charged with third-degree murder, with a sentence of 3 years. Clyde couldn't accept this outcome. He had seen the criminals kill his wife with his own eyes. But the defense lawyer used the fact that he was injured and close to passing out to argue that his testimony was unreliable. If it went to trial, the jury might not believe him, and it could even let the two criminals go free. So Nick suggested, instead of that, just punish one and call it a day. Clyde felt completely hopeless. Was this what Nick considered justice? Right and wrong were clear to anyone, yet he had no courage to stand firm. In the end, Clarence was only sentenced to 3 years. The accomplice got the death penalty, but it was suspended for 10 years.